Hey, it's Vanessa, the Crafty Gemini. I post weekly how-to video tutorials right here on my YouTube channel, and in this episode of Weight Loss Wednesdays, I'm talking to you all about portion control. So if you're new to this Weight Loss Wednesday series, you want to make sure to click right here and start from the beginning so you can catch up on hearing about my story and how I got started on this weight loss journey where now I've lost about 70 pounds in about a year and a half or so. Now for this video, we're talking about portion control, which is something I've always struggled with because in my head, I'm used to eating large meals. I come from a Latin family, and so in my house, if you don't finish everything that's on your plate, that's like the ultimate try to whoever cooked the food, right? Because you didn't enjoy it, you didn't eat it, and of course, grandparents and family members, they always want to stuff the kids full to make sure that you are eating and they don't want you to be starved. So I grew up eating really large meals, which was normal. And then of course, with the typical American diet, especially when you go out to eat at restaurants, I mean, the portion sizes are massive. And because was what I was used to, I always just assumed that that's what we were supposed to eat. So when I would see little plates or like very fancy restaurants where you're paying like top dollar and they're giving you like this little bit, I'm like, no thanks. That's not for me, right? That's just like a snack. But because I've been forced to really look at what I'm eating and how much of it I'm eating now that I've been diagnosed with gallstones in the past year, it really has opened my eyes to see that I really don't need to stuff my face in order to feel full or to be nourished, okay? Now, another issue for me with the whole portion control thing is because I have two young kids at home and I run a business from home and I have a house to run and I cook meals from scratch. So I'm super busy and I'm always doing a lot of things that for me, even during the day as I was cooking meals for my young kids, I would always take the time to where like if I sat them down to eat their lunch, I would run and go answer some emails or go do some work or put in a load of laundry or do something else instead of sitting down and eating lunch with them. So by the time I cooked dinner and my husband came home, we all sit down as a family to eat dinner together. By then I was starving that then I would really serve myself a massive plate. And that's where my problem began, okay? So that's something that I've changed. I no longer do that. I sit down when my kids eat lunch, I sit down with them, and I've really started prioritizing things with my business. Some of you may email me or post comments below my videos and I don't reply, and that's because I'm just one person and there's only so much that I can do. So obviously my health and my family are my priorities, so there's some things that just have to get put on the back burner, and sometimes I even go through my emails and just delete thousands of emails at a time. And it's just something that I have to do for my sanity and for my health. So that's the way it works, right? Now when it comes to portion sizes, I'm gonna show you what I did. So we had a set that we ordered of these Corelle plates, right? You know, they come with the dinner plate and the supposed, I guess, salad plate they call this. But this is normally what I would serve myself. I still serve my husband this, but I don't stuff it super full. But this is what I eat on now. My entire dinner goes on this plate. And this is the same plates that I used to serve my kids. It's a perfect size. Whatever it is, I fit it onto this plate. If it don't fit onto this plate, and I'm talking about just fit on it, not overflowing and mounting it over. If it doesn't fit on this plate, I'm not gonna eat it, okay? Now I'll show you for the bowls. This, I mean, this is massive. We don't eat cereal in my house, but this to me looks like a cereal bowl. If I filled this up with like a stew or a soup, I mean, I would be exploding nowadays. 2 years ago, you would have filled this up to the top and I probably still would have been hungry. So like, if you would have shown me this plate 2 years ago with like my meal or my dinner on it, I would have laughed in your face and been like, that's like a snack. That's like a little Tic Tac for me. That didn't do nothing. So what I found that with time, the smaller portions I eat, it's almost like your body and your stomach get accustomed to it. So now if I eat more than this, I mean, I'll be super overstuffed and I don't want to go there. So for this, I mean, this is a massive difference. You can see it here. If I serve myself some soup or some chili or stew or something that I make, I'll serve it in this bowl, which is kind of ridiculous to me because I look at it even now and I'm like, this is nothing. This is not going to fill me up. But really, if you have protein, like say a chili, if I have meat in there, 3 or 4 different types of beans, vegetables, I mean, this is going to fill me up with a side maybe of a big slice of homemade bread. And so even if I just continued to eat the same exact things that I was eating without really making any changes, which is how I started, from going from this to this every day for my meals, you see a massive difference, okay, in the weight loss. That's how it started off. Then for cups, this is like a regular cup for me, right? We don't drink sodas or like really juices here, but like apple juice, I'll water it down. or homemade lemonade and things like that. A cup like this of lemonade, I could drink this like it was nothing, okay? But a lot of people don't realize that, for example, we buy unfiltered organic apple juice, right? And I cut it maybe half to 3/4 of the way water with just a splash of that juice because it's unfiltered, so it's not like that super clear apple juice, and it's really sweet. And so what a lot of people don't realize is if you read the label on these juices and things that you're drinking, it says the serving size is 8 ounces. Or you just think a cup, right? If I serve myself a glass of this, it's just this. That's how we're like conditioned to think. But this is a lot more than 1 cup, okay? 1 cup is 8 ounces, in liquid ounces. This is a cup. So if you think about it, 1 cup of apple juice, I mean, some of them are like 30 grams of sugar in one of these. And people can drink 3 or 4 of these in one sitting. This is like nothing. And so you're not really thinking about it and realizing how much sugar and how much bad stuff that you shouldn't be eating you're ingesting, because you're not really thinking about it. You're like, a cup, this is not really a cup, it's like nothing, you know, it's like a little, this is like a kid's cup. These are half pint jars, and so this is what we drink out of in my house. And so it's a good way to gauge exactly how many ounces you're taking in. So if I make a homemade lemonade, I'll just put it in this. Even though I'm using the unrefined sugars, I'm using fresh organic lemons, it doesn't matter. You know, I don't need to be drinking 2 cups like this of lemonade. I don't need it, you know? I can do water with lemon, but the extra sugar, I just don't need it. So I'll drink something like this. So just thinking about what it is that you're taking in and how much of it you're taking in will make a huge difference. And so for me, even without changing my diet much at all, as you guys know, I eat a diet that's rich in fats, and I try to make foods that are nutrient rich, as much, you know, as healthy as I can make it, and to get as many nutrients in there as possible. So even with that, because I use, you know, butter, lard, duck fat, and things like that to cook with, because I went from this size portions to this size, it really makes a difference, okay? So this is just a sample for you guys to see of what I do at my house for the meals that we're eating at home. In the next video, I'll be telling you a little bit about portion control and what we do here for things where I have to take my food somewhere if I'm gonna go eat at a picnic with the kids, or when I'm packing my husband's lunch for work. So for those of you that go to school or you pack your lunches to go to work, I'll be sharing with you what we do here at home to control the portion sizes in that case as well. And I'll cover that in the next video. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit it with that thumbs up below, share it across the different social media sites, and don't forget to click that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of my future videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week for another edition of Weight Loss Wednesdays. Bye.